we're coming to the end of July, and the players are tweeting that they don't know what the plan is, and
training camp starts next week, I think it is.
I don't know.
Well, rookies and quarterbacks showed up yesterday, I think. Or rookies and injured players showed up yesterday, and then I think quarterbacks are showing up today or in a couple of days. And then everybody's supposed to show up on the 28th. Russell Wilson actually said something like, his wife is pregnant.
Yeah.
And for guys my thing is like, for guys that don't need to play financially, is it worth the risk?
Yeah.
That's a very fair point, actually. I mean, the people who tweet the most are the big players, weren't they?
Yeah. If Russell Wilson sits a year out, it's not like the Seahawks are going to want him back. It's not like he's not going to not find a job. But but if you're financially stable, is it even worth the risk to have your family members, or if you have kids at home or a pregnant wife, or say your parents live with you and they're elderly and they need, they need help around the house? Like, I just don't think we know enough about the virus to say that, it's worth playing.
Well, I think you are underestimating Geno Smith stealing Russell Wilson's job.
Russell Wilson's job.
Don't sleep on that.
Yeah. I guess so, but that's just what I've been thinking about the last couple of days. I mean,
it's crazy.
It would be different if the NFL had a plan and guidelines. And that I mean, you know what you're getting yourself into, and then you can make an educated decision yourself, like the NBA has done. But if there's no plan, it's kind of like you're thrown to the wolves. And I doubt that many of the players are worried about them getting sick. I think a lot of players have kids, a lot of players have families, a lot of players take care of their parents, a lot of players have pregnant wives. I don't think they're worried about themselves getting it, although who would want to get sick? But I think they're more worried about who else they could possibly affect, or somebody else can affect. Or
there are some guys with like heavy asthma and stuff. You do wonder about. But
you're overweight.
Yeah, if you're 320, maybe it's more of an issue. Yeah.
You're already putting a strain on your lungs and heart by being that size and being that and doing what you do. And then you add like COVID onto it. I mean, offensive linemen in particular, I could see being very worried going into this sort of thing.
And there's a very fair point. In terms of a plan, though, we were saying this before, just that I think the NFL thought and underestimated where we were going to be at this point. They thought in September, everything will be back to normal, season will go ahead as planned, fans will be in stadiums. Of course, that's not going to happen now. We know it's not going to happen. So they haven't made the contingencies enough ahead of time to know what's going to happen, because they probably thought, well, actually, we're going to be fine. The fact that they haven't figured out the opt-out, like you said there, in terms of people who don't have to play for financial reasons, if they opt out to play, are they going to be financially penalized for not showing up? Because that was one of the things that JJ Watt put in his tweet, was saying if we don't show up, well, we still get fined as if we're not showing up, but it's because we have legitimate reasons not to for health reasons.
Yeah.
So it's a very fair point. I never actually didn't think about it from a financial point of view, that some players actually just don't need to play.
Right. And the other side is there are players that are going to show up regardless.
Yeah.
Because either they're a rookie, or maybe they were on practice squad all last year, and
they're playing for their life. Yeah.
Exactly, they're playing for their livelihood. So those guys will show up regardless. But then there's the other side, guys who are financially stable. They don't need to play another down. They're already worried about concussions, ACLs, Achilles. Now we're throwing a virus that we just don't know enough about to really make an educated decision, in my opinion.